Gmail group email. On February 7th, I sent you an email, and attached to that email was a text file. Name of it was email-list. I need you to open up that attached file, please. Now that that file is open, right click inside the file, make sure that text box is active. Then right click, left click, select all, right click, left click, copy, then minimize that file. Now you're at your Gmail homepage. Now we need to create a new group. So out to the left it says Gmail with a down arrow. I want you to select on that down arrow, left click on contacts. Now here it says new group, so we want to select that to create a new group. We need to give the group a name. EDC is the name of my group, and select OK. Now you notice here it says most contacted 1 in parentheses. Okay, EDC does not have a number out to the side of it, so when we select on it, you can see here it says there are no contacts in this group. So we need to come up here, place our cursor to the button to the left of more, and it cursor on there, it says add to EDC. Left click on it, left click inside the text box to make sure it is active, and right click and paste, and you have all your email addresses. If you don't have your email addresses, left click in the box again to make sure it's activated, and right click. And once the email addresses are in there, left click on add to add the group, add emails to the group, and there they are. Now you notice that some of the email addresses do not have names linking them together. So we know, of course, by the email that that's Jody. So on the name, we're going to add Jody and EDC. Now you see it link those two together. So Jim, I don't have a name linking my email address, so somebody might, well, who's Jim? Well, okay. So put your cursor on the line where that email address is, and left click and give it a name, Jim, and okay. And you can keep like dboon82. Everybody of course knows Debbie goes by Boone, but say a new member doesn't know that she goes by that, and but that's Debbie. So the new member would select on here and put in Debbie. And you notice now it associates this email address with her name. Same way with Deborah and John. You could select in here and Deborah and John. And there. And now it puts the name outside there. Okay? So that's how you create a group. We've shown how to attach or associate names with the email addresses. Okay, now let's say that we get another member in, and we know the class is going to grow. To add the new member's email address, you go back just like you did adding the group. You go to add to EDC, left click, the box is there. Again, left click, make sure this box is active. Now type in the new member's address, jdrb@ctvea.net. Now that you have their their email address in there, select add. Again, it put JDRB in there, but no name. So I select it, and I want to put a name to it. So I go back up here to add name, and I'm going to name this one P4:13, Philippians 4:13. Okay, now you notice that P4:13 is here. Okay, so let's say that P4:13 has changed their email provider. So select here, and in there, and it says home, and it says email here. You could change it to whatever the new email address is. Okay, it could be Jim2 at CTVEA. Whatever it might be, you can change that there. Or if you had to change the name for some reason, you can just come back up here and put a new name in it. Okay? So, there you go with P413. Now, let's say that you wanted to get, for some reason, this member of P413 moved. And said take them off the list, or for whatever reason. Select that email address and go up to More, select the down arrow, left click, and then go to Delete Contact, left click. And you notice that it is gone. It's not there. Okay? So now, we've created a new group. Okay? And we added names, associated them with the email addresses. As the class grows, we're going to have to add new members. So again, we go up to Add to EDC, type in the email address of that new class member, jdrb at ctvea.net. Okay, and there it is, no name. We select it, and we add a name here, P space 4:13, and EDC, and now we have Philippians 4:13. So we've covered all that. Now, two other things that we need to cover at this point. Under the More button, select the down arrow. You have Rename and you have Delete Group. First, let's go to Rename. So select Rename Group, and let's say that we've just discussed within the class and we want everybody's group to be named EWDC. So I changed mine from EDC to EWDC. Now notice up here where my cursor is, you can barely see it, but it does say EDC 21. Now watch what happens. EWDC 21. So it renames it. So I'm going to go back up here and I'm going to rename my group back to EDC, select OK, and now it's back to EDC. Okay, so that's how you rename a group. Now, say through this process, you've somehow gotten confused or whatever, and you're just frustrated, and you say, I just want to start over. That's cool. Don't wig out. This is what you do. Go up to More and Delete Group. And then, OK. She's gone. The group is not there. And you say, well, wait a minute, all the email addresses are there. They're in memory. There's no group that they're in. So don't wig out, start saying, oh no, I deleted it, but the email addresses are still showing. No, they're just contacts. Okay, so we want to create a new group, EDC, select OK, select EDC, and go back to Add to EDC, left click inside the text box, making it active, right click and paste. And now we have all the email addresses. Now select Add, and here you go, you have your group again, EDC. And notice that this time it kept the associated name with the email address. Jody, Jim, Deborah, John, Debbie. See, the ones that we put in, it retains it in memory. Okay, so that's how you create and change and modify and all that. Now let's start talking about sending an email. Okay, sending an email through our group, it will work this way. We'll go to Compose, and you'll say to. Now whatever you named your group, that's what you're going to put in there. So I named my group EDC. And you notice that the group came up. So I select it. When I do that, all the email addresses show up. Okay, so then give it a subject, and then put text into the body of the email. There it is, and I hit send. Now when I hit send, everybody on this list is going to receive this email. Okay, now remember, I sent this email out, everybody's getting it. Okay, now I'll discard this right here, and Gmail. Okay, now I sent that email out and I just received it, and this is just one that just to show as an example. And I sent this one to Jim, Gmail account, my CTVEA account and Sam's account. So when we sent this one out, this is the 3 that it came to, but of course it would come to everybody in the group list. So let's say Sam wanted to reply to what I sent. Okay, here it is. He would come over here, not to the reply button, but to the down arrow next to it. It says more. Left click on it and reply to all. Now when you left click on reply to all the email addresses will show up here under 2, beside 2. That's who you're going to send them to. And then you just type in whatever you want to type and hit send. And it's going to send that email back to everybody in the group. So it's just a recycling. That's all we're going to do is just go back and forth, back and forth. So yeah, it's very simple, no-brainer. So I hope this helps. If you need anything, feel free to email me, or you can call me at 334-559-6024. And I think that's it. Bless you guys. Bye-bye.